Cause when a wolf cry wolf, you still see that wolf teeth, motherfucker. Cause when a wolf cry wolf, you still see that wolf teeth, motherfucker. Cause when a wolf cry wolf, you still see that wolf teeth, motherfucker. Cause when a wolf cry wolf.
Yo, what's Papino? Zeke Black is in the building. What's poppin', party people? Hope you're having a joyous, good morning, a good Sunday, good spirits. I was watching an Instagram post with M.c Shan the other day, and it was good. It was a good hip hop conversation, and actually, with Alert was in it. Master Flex was in the conversation, Mr. C, and it was good. It brought back a time in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That I definitely remember when I was outside. Definitely shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. Yo, Jay was popping. G'd up, Gwen was popping. Yo, Timmy Tap, yo, you know what I'm saying? KRS1 Crush Queens. Before I get there, follow on Crown TV with the AR Ab case. He has great information on it. Shouts at the Daily Hip Hop News for shouting them out for his diligent coverage on that situation, on that case with the paperwork and his true inside source. So definitely shout out to Crown TV. Subscribe to that good brother. He has some good things going on over there. It was a great hip hop conversation. It was great. It was great for hip hop. Like I said, it was great. I'll give you a brief description of when I started following that hip hop battle. Back then, only on the weekends you could get hip hop in New York. You had Kiss FM, which had DJ Red Alert and Chuck Chill Out, and before Red Alert, you had DJ Jazzy J. Then DJ Jazzy J, he stepped to the side to pursue other business in hip hop, and Red Alert took his slot. It's only on the weekend you got hip hop because back then commercial radio was not playing hip hop rotation unless it was super commercial, like Tone Loc. Just give an example, like Tone Loc or MC Hammer, or just what I'm saying. It wasn't playing the Warm It Up Canes in rotation. It wasn't playing My Melody from Rakim. You had to get you had to wait to Saturday for that. The only way we got hip hop like every day was like public access channels in New York City. The Ron Alexander show as one, Video Music Box was another, and there was another one called like Goldie Hot Tracks. But they all like public access channels. Like those were the humbling beginnings of hip hop. If you remember this. The first time I ever seen LL perform a whole album was on Goldie Hot Tracks. With something Goldie. It was a girl, and he performed his whole album radio on it. I remember when I seen KRS1 perform his whole album in on Goldie, whatever they called it. You know what I'm saying? But all this was public access stations. If you was in New York, you had cable. You had public access channels. To say the least, you had channels like they had a show like the Robin Bird Show that would come on. This is the same channel. It was this white porn star thing. You know what I'm saying? We had Midnight Blue or Nickelodeon on the late night. But shout out to the chat, man. So I'm saying I'm bringing to a time in New York City. Albert Goldstein. Yeah, I think in that battle, right? I remember the first time I heard the bridge. Marley's nephew went to high school with me. This kid named Frito. He's from Astoria, but Marley Marl's his uncle when he used to be in Queensbridge. And he would always come through with like, yo, check out my uncle. So I started paying attention to like, BLS more. Then that's when Mr. Magic was still up there. Now Mr. Magic was from the Bronx, so the original Juice Crew All Stars, the original ones, 80% of the crew was from the Bronx. 80% of the Juice Crew All Stars, the original. Then Marley Marl has his version. You know what I'm saying? He had his version of the Juice, which was, Kane, Shantae, Biz, and the list goes on. So I heard the bridge. The bridge was popping. That was a good song to dance to. When I was going to double R parties with Debo the Pro, these joints was crazy. They would play the bridge and it was a good, you know what I'm saying? People was rocking to it. Now, you know what I'm saying? Exactly, the world famous Supreme Team. Yeah, we can't forget them, the world famous Supreme Team. We definitely can't forget them. So I remember, right? One day I'm in the crib. Cause the bridge was out already. The bridge was out, but the bridge was basically talking about Queensbridge and Queensbridge. The Long Island City hip hop. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop scene of what was going on in the projects. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it blew. The beat was crazy and Shan flow was crazy. I remember one day I'm in that house. We talked about. I was in the house, man. And you would turn from station to station. And Red Alert had premiered the song, a world premiere. And he played South Bronx. And when I heard it, he's talking about the Bronx. At that point in time in the game, in the streets, there was a lot of dudes in the Bronx getting a lot of money. So when that song dropped, it instantly became a hit. Definitely in the South Bronx. You talking about Brook Ave, Cypress Ave, 138th to 141st, them projects, Patterson, Millbrook. It worked. Now at that point in time, a lot of the Latino brothers that was getting money at that time, like the Boy Georges, the Jose Litos, and the list goes on, these guys was going downtown to the clubs. So the South Bronx became their their theme song. So now when you're in Roseland, you hear them play South Bronx. These guys lose their mind. When you go to the Palladium, they play South Bronx, they lose their mind. Now, you had other rappers from the Bronx that was popping. Like, at that point in time in hip-hop, I would say Ultra Magnetic was a dope rap group. You know what I'm saying? Coming out the Bronx. Hands down. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what helped take South Bronx over the top. Because, you have these big time drug dealers that's going to these clubs and these DJs is playing what they want to. At that time, when you went downtown, you heard house freestyle, 3 hip hop songs, 4 reggae songs, and that was it. That's when this is the little Louis Vega era. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes because they represent the South Bronx, they go to the DJ, listen, boom, play this. You know what I'm saying? And it worked. It became an instant hit in the downtown clubs, and once something goes downtown, it gains the buzz. So now you got the bridge and you got South Bronx. It definitely has momentum in the Bronx. It just became the theme song of the Bronx. Even if you was from the South Bronx, you represent the South Bronx. And the borough got behind the song. Actually, A lot of people got behind the song. You know what I'm saying? Even some cats from town. You know what I'm saying? It was just talking about hip hop, uptown. Then we had my man M.c Shan made a song called Kill That Noise. Now, after what I remember, because I was an M.c Shan fan, they was playing Juice Crew All Stars in the club. Don't get it twisted. Like, It's a Demo by Coogee Rap used to get played in the clubs. They was playing that also in the Palladium. You know what I'm saying? At Roseland. That was that was one of the 5 hip hop songs that they actually played in the club. So It's a Demo was already like a commercial success in the clubs downtown, because I can remember going to parties, St. Francis parties with Double R, Debo the Pro. They would play It's a Demo. Shout out to the chat, everybody up with me for this hip hop lesson. And I remember, we appreciate that, because I'm trying to keep us in the time. I'm trying to bring us into a time, because I don't want to be all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to keep us in the time that we all can. You know what I'm saying? So I remember he made Kill That Noise. And Kill That Noise didn't cross over, but Shan had another song out that was banging called Left Me Lonely with TJ Swan. That worked. Now don't get it twisted. Bismarck was popping too. You know what I'm saying? You know, he had you know what I'm saying? He had them club bangers. But everybody was focusing on this Krsone M.c Shan situation. And it's just funny because you had to wait until the weekends to actually hear the new music. Now, now mind you, both the guys is on independent labels. I don't care what Wake Up Media tell you. Krsone was on Bad Boy, whatever, his boys went the independent route. And a lot of people don't even know that Said G from Ultra Magnetic engineered the album, engineered a lot of those records. You know what I'm saying? He definitely produced. He was helping with the production. He had something to do with the production of those records. Said G from Ultra Magnetic. And no Marley had the Prism. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fly Tie and all of them. You know what I'm saying? But he had the Prism. They had the Prism. That's when the Juice Crew was being distributed independently by Prism Records. You know what I'm saying? So at the edge of the game, Krsone. He had a couple of songs that was banging. He had, Criminal Minded was second. That was the second joint we heard. That was a banger, Criminal Minded. The Pussy is 3, but the Crack Costs Money. That was like a personal bench joint. He had some slammers. But when he made that video to The Bridge Is Over, it was a rap. You know what I'm saying? I think when he made The Bridge Is Over, a decision had to be made. Are we going to keep this rap beef going, or are we going to transition? Now, when he made The Bridge Is Over, it was good for the streets, and it was good for hip-hop. It was great for hip-hop. It was great. It had people tuned in. And when Video Music Box premiered The Bridge Is Over, I hit the wall 4 times, because I was a Shan fan, and I was rooting for M.c Shan. I was truly rooting for Shan. And when he made That Bridge Is Over, man, I remember, if y'all remember New York City back then, a lot of the labels was like by 14th Street, Astral Place. And I remember, I used to see Krsone on the train sometimes. I just used to be face fucking them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, how dare you make bitches over? I ain't gonna lie, I seen Krsone mad times on the train, because for some reason him and Just Ice would always catch the train. That's why I can honestly say that Krsone really wasn't like, he's a normal guy. He would catch the train. You know what I'm saying? Talking about back then, we talking about the Decept era. Like, Krsone want to be on the train Decept era, when the Decepticons would be on 14th Street booking everything moving. You know what I'm saying? He's about the era in hip hop, the hip hop culture, as y'all say. And And he made that song, man, and it was different. You know what I'm saying? It was real different, man. It crushed me. Yo, Timmy Tap, no doubt. Yes, sir. A lot of people don't even know that. Said he worked on KRS-One's first project with Scott LaRock, that Criminal Minded album. Yes, sir. A lot of people don't know, man. Definitely shout out to Cephalo. Good morning. Definitely shout out to Cephalo. Now, good. What's popping? Oh, you from Monterey houses? No doubt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that kill that. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was sad, man. And definitely rest in peace to Scott LaRock. A lot of people don't even know that M.c Search was part of the ICU dancers. The ICU dancers, I believe, danced at the Latin Quarters, I believe. Don't quote me, but he was the only white guy that was dancing in the group. So M.c Search been part of hip-hop way before Nas, way before Third Base. He was the only white guy dancing in the ICU dancers. If you listen to Still Number One by KRS-One, he shouts them out. You know what I'm saying? That song Number One by KRS-One, he definitely shouts them out. Now, the biggest winner in this battle, because Kane, after that, what Marley did was, if people didn't pay attention to what Marley Marl did, was he didn't give Shan another beat. But the buzz was there already. You know what I'm saying? The buzz was there. I mean, they had the Tribe, they had the metropolitan area on lock, paying attention to both sides of the hip hop streams. So Shan didn't lose because Shan still won in this. You know what I'm saying? He still became a winner. You know what I'm saying? And what he did for hip hop was it took hip hop someplace else. You know what I'm saying? It helped radio with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Radio, like commercial radio in New York really started to take hip hop more serious. Like, we could get this more days. You know what I'm saying? Now you have 12 o'clock mixes, hip hop mixes. Now you got, you know what I'm saying, before Hot 97. Now we're able to put a couple of more records in rotation that we never did. You know what I'm saying? Because now we have a audience for this type of hip hop. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. Marley Marl, what he did was, I don't know where the hell he went and snatched Coogee Rap at, but after that situation happened, he had Kane, but Coogee Rap, one day I'm sitting in the crib listening to BLS because I'm still devastated. I had that killer, I had that Down by Law album, and I'm listening, and he says Coogee Rap just came home from jail. I don't know if he really came home from jail, but that's what Marley said. And this is when it was Marley Marl and DJ Chili Q up there. You know what I'm saying? The youngest in charge, DJ Chili Q. And Marley, what he did was classic. It was epic. I say it was epic. He played, Coogee Rap started freestyling. And they would call it a freestyle, but he actually, Coogee Rap was freestyling. But what he freestyled was Poison. No, he played Poison. And when he played Poison, it's a demo Poison, Coogee Rap. This was an upgraded track. He played Poison. The next track he played after that battle that he really threw out there, that was Street, was Coogee Rap. That's when Craig G would still be up there rapping and freestyling. He threw out that Coogee Rap Poison. When he put out Poison, everybody just dropped. I dropped to the floor. We used to leave the block just to listen to this hip hop wars. Like, we would go upstairs. Like, y'all want to listen to, y'all blasting the radio outside, y'all playing Kiss. I'm going upstairs to listen to BLS. Come back outside. We got to talk about it after 12 o'clock. What's going on? Yo, you heard that Coogee Rap stuff? What? That's all we spoke about. That song Poison was crazy. It wasn't It's a Demo Poison, Coogee Rap. It wasn't Rhyme Time, Coogee Rap. It wasn't Rikers Island, Coogee Rap. He killed that. And then the next week or 2 weeks later, Marley played Men at Work. So he took advantage of the buzz to push other projects. You know what I'm saying? Now, as crazy as it sounds, right? I mean, rest in peace, Scott LaRock passed away, right? I don't know if negotiations was in play, but you know, KRS-One's second album, which is a classic, was on Jive Records. He had got a major record deal. And as crazy as it sounds, on the Queen side of things, Marley Marl wound up getting a deal with Warner Brothers, Cold Chill and Warner Brothers. You know, they had a great success with Shan. Shan definitely sold units. She's definitely sold some units. They had great success with Shantae. A lot of people don't know that she got a nice check for that. She might have. I'm saying I know Marley probably did, but that song, she had that song "Get 'Em Girl." That song was actually in colors. Her song was actually in colors. So I'm pretty sure for those soundtracks, you get a nice check. You know what I'm saying? You get something. You know what I'm saying? You know, we had Bismarck. Bismarck was going crazy. Bismarck first joint is a classic, but he got sued for copyrights. You know what I'm saying? For sampling and all type of stuff. But Marley was killing the samples. He was killing the game at that point in time. But what I'm trying to say is, when Marley got the major deal, what him and KRS-One did was, instead of still taking shots at each other, they moved on. KRS-One first joint, My Philosophy, we started talking about, you know, African American culture. He made My Philosophy. He shut the radio down. Marley, one of his first projects on Warner Brothers was The Symphony. That was classic, legendary. You know, he had the first time I ever heard Tragedy, Live Motivator was on. Actually before that, but when as his name was Tragedy, was, you know what I'm saying, he was MC Little Percy on when he did Juice School All Stars, and he killed his voice on that track. You know what I'm saying? But it did great for hip hop, man. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop was they took hip hop out definitely. It kept hip hop alive. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Your Queen of Detroit was popping. No, say it was popping. Hell yeah, exactly. The ICU dances you be knowing. Mike Blow Dollars, you know what I'm saying? Definitely Mikey Blow Dollars was popping. Exactly. You be knowing, you know what I'm saying? This was hip hop. This is all hip hop generation. We're talking about classical hip hop. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about hip hop, crack era, Decepticons, Low Lives, Mob Style, Supreme Team. Yeah, Preem Team. Definitely Preem Team was in the building. I'm gonna tell you how crazy the game is. Queensbridge has so much on lock that when people was like, some people thought that if you never been to Queens, that Queensbridge was the only projects. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot came from that. Now I'm gonna tell you about how hip hop, how this hip hop thing works that I've noticed. I remember when M.c Shan made Beat by the Virtuous LL Cool J. Remember that, right? We just seeing as they progress, right? Then, who would have thought that when think about this, the greatest remix in hip hop, and this could be debated, but the greatest remix in hip hop that helped create an album to go 5 or 6 platinum, winning like 4 or 5 Grammys, and still play classical hits to this day, was Marley Marl and LL Cool J. LL Cool J made an album called Walking with the Panther. Walking with the Panther, it went platinum, but it wasn't the LL that he wasn't I'm Bad LL. It wasn't Radio LL. But he had one song on it that people liked on that album called Jingling Baby. You know what I'm saying? He got with Marley. They made a remix. The remix became a club banger. From the remix, they made an album. They made The Break of Dawn. That's when he was dissing LL. That's when LL was dissing Kumo D, Ice-T. He hurt Ice-T feelings. He was going crazy. Then he made Around the Way Girl. Then the Jeep Slide By, the Booming System. From a remix. Now we talking about two guys that we can say had a hip hop beef, right? Marley, LL, right? But they came together and made great music together. Now Shan, the reason why I said Shan never died in the situation, because Shan next records was popping. Juice Cool Laws was popping. The only difference was that now Juice Cool Law is on a major label now. Don't get it twisted. I remember when they went on tour, because my man Frito was, and no, that's Marley Marl's nephew. Shan was getting a check still. You know what I'm saying? People were still paying to hear him rap The Bridge. You know what I'm saying? That he made our help pioneer this. You know what I'm saying? You know? And then out of nowhere, this guy found a guy called M.c Snow. The rest is history. Or he helped M.c Snow in his career, and the rest is history. Like, he did what Akon did with, and I hope Shan signed a contract like this, though. But he did what Akon did with Lady Gaga. He found something different, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? Krsone had a great hip hop career. Remember Madism? Remember he did great records with Steady B. He did great records with he did the Self Destruction song. That was a big record. Krsone has great albums. I mean, we talk about hip hop and within its culture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Exactly. All from a remix. So if we can honestly say Marley revived LL Cool J's career. You know what I'm saying? He revived it. This is what hip hop does. Like Red Alert, we won't know about Jungle Brothers if it wasn't for Red Alert. We wouldn't know about Tribe Called Quest if it wasn't for Red Alert. You know what I'm saying? Red Alert really pushed the native tongues movement. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Red Alert used to play the promo for Chia Lee, the youngest kid that was rapping. I remember when the first time I really heard Fat Joe, Red Alert was playing a promo on Kiss. You know what I'm saying? Red Alert, you know, they played a lot. Those two movements did great for hip hop. Native tongues kicked off from that. No, De La Soul, Queen Latifah, Moni Love. All this was part of movements that was created. You know what I'm saying? In the clubs, man. These were created movements from that era. Like, because you got to think about the drug dealers of that era that was listening to this stuff. Big Daddy Kane. I ain't gonna lie to you. I knew the hip hop, the bridge wars was over when I heard Red Alert play Raw. It was over. Basically, Red Alert broke the whatever was going on. He diversified Kiss FM when he played Raw, but you had to play Raw. Raw was a hard track. The first they can't have other music, but the song that had everybody in school talking was when he did Me and the Biz. Niggas, like Kane flow was crazy. It was like Big Daddy Kane flow was insane. And then they heard Raw, and Raw was crazy. When I heard Red Alert play Raw, I knew this the battle was over. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I respect Red Alert for, because that's just respecting hip hop. That's showing that the hip hop beef that they had was strictly on wax, and it was nothing personal. Now the brothers might have took it personal, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front. Queens was getting a lot of slack for a lot of years. You know what I'm saying? Definitely Queensbridge. Then everybody makes a comeback. You know, we had dudes got older. So now what happened is you have the Nas's, the Mobb Deep, the infamous Mobs. You got Comega. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of dudes in Queensbridge that just, the new generation stepped up crazy. You know what I'm saying? We can't take that from Queensbridge. Queensbridge is just like how hip hop started in the Bronx. Queensbridge has its own foundation in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They definitely do. You know what I'm saying? They definitely get their respect. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody in the bridge.
Cause when a wolf cry wolf, you still see that wolf teeth, motherfucker. Cause when a wolf cry wolf, you still see that wolf teeth, motherfucker. Cause when a wolf cry wolf, you still see that wolf teeth, motherfucker.
Yeah, military, black power to the people, man. Like even Rakim. It took me to read. I was reading this record. And I was like, oh wow, I never knew Marley Marl and M.c Shan had something to do with, early Rakim records. Rakim was an instant success. I Got Soul. That song was banging. I Got Soul. My Melody. Eric B for President. Those is classic. Those are classic tracks. Like I said, it was a different time in hip hop, man. And I'm having this conversation because I was watching something and it was just so deep. It was the love in hip hop and the conversation. And a lot of people just go, M.c Shan got beat and then the bridge was M.c Shan one of the big and better things. I mean, after that they got a major record deal. He did put an album out on Warner Brothers. He went on tour a couple of good times and he found MC Snow. He evolved to something great. Marley Marl kept doing radio. Marley Marl did a lot of productions. I believe also Marley Marl was producing, did a lot of production for Lords of the Underground, I believe. You know what I'm saying? They had a great buzz. That Fool Snickum era of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? When you had Shaq Fool and all of them, you had the Fool, you had the Mad Isms, you had the ever in hip hop when you had dudes, DOS Effects, that whole style, that style of hip hop was banging at that point in time, you know what I'm saying? And Marley was still relevant in the hip hop game. It's just the game just progressed, man. You know what I'm saying? The game just went, shout out to, because a lot of other states was following New York hip hop's rotation. So I won't say all the states, but a lot of states was following what they was doing in New York, because New York City is the number one market. So any other radio station will probably try to follow what goes on in a number one market. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta thank these guys, man. They really took guys out the projects. I mean, Chris Lighty was carrying your records. Rest in peace, Chris Lighty, for Red Alert, the Violators. We just thought the Violators was Red Alert's crew. Back then, your crew consisted, when you DJ, the guys who carried your records in the club and held you down at the DJ booth. You know what I'm saying? Who would have thought that Chris Lighty would have been running the tunnel at one point in time, the tunnel parties on Sundays? Who would have thought that Keita had violated management? Who would have thought that he opened a lot of doors for hip hop artists through commercials? You know what I'm saying? Chris Lighty, guy from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? May he rest in peace. He was getting guys better record deals. Chris Lighty. You know what I'm saying? A guy that would be just red alert. Who would have thought that a DJ that DJ Zulu Nation parties would have been on the radio and bam, how many artists came from Red? Like how many artists came from? Look at Big Daddy Kane. He was in a movie. You know what I'm saying? Look at Bismarck. He was in the movie. Bismarck was still one of the top DJs in the game. Bismarck. You know what I'm saying? Kid Capri. I remember when he signed Kid Capri. When Marley signed Kid Capri. When Kid Capri had a record deal, but then Kid Capri was caught up on going on tour. You know what I'm saying? He was touring. You know what I'm saying? This New York hip hop has so much rich history to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Marley Marl don't get enough. You know what I'm saying? Just like but alert. And a lot of people don't even know, man. Shout out to Sal, man, from who owned the original Fever. Shout out to Sal. A lot of people don't know, right? Yeah, when he owned the Fever, these guys had a great idea. I forgot. I think it's WHBI, and they wanted to do like a radio show, but you had to pay on this radio station. You had to pay because they want to play the music. Back then, it was still disco going on. Disco, Now they get to break records to the public, like the free because Sal's very instrumental in that freestyle movement in New York City and across the world. You know what I'm saying? And they had an idea, man. And they went and they was buying commercials to have a slot. And a lot of people may not know that the first rappers that ever be played on a radio station was Melly Mel. Melly Mel was the first rapper that in his group was the first rap group to ever be on the radio station because he was up there freestyling and they played their record. The first hip hop group ever out the Bronx. Marley Marl was DJing with Sir Juice. And they was breaking records. They was breaking a lot of the early hip hop music you heard on WHBI. Mr. Magic was playing that. And because of what Mr. Magic was doing on that station, Kiss FM and BLS was paying attention. And they went from WHBI, which was an independent radio station, not commercial, and they went with BLS. So one of the first hip hop shows ever is Mr. Magic. You know what I'm saying? And then Kiss FM, they had to be a part of. They said, wait a minute, they got a hip hop show. We need a hip hop show. This is when radio stations were scared to touch hip hop. This is when the hip hop was still taboo. You know what I'm saying? And even though they had the documentaries, they had the Wild Styles, the Style Wars, it still didn't look like it was profitable. And Sir Juice made it happen, and things happen great on BLS, and look where we at now. Hip hop is like the number one genre in the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's because your man Marley Marl, Mr. Magic, made it happen. And Sal. Everybody keep forgetting Sal. Sal was a part of that one way or another from Fever Records. You know what I'm saying? Fever. You had the Rooftop, then you had the Fever. You know what I'm saying? Definitely rest in peace, DJ Starchild. You know what I'm saying? Get through to the chat, man. I'm telling you some hip hop shit. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Rhyming with the Biz is a classical song. That's the first time I really paid attention to Big Daddy Kane. He may have had some other stuff up, but everybody was talking about Rhyming with the Biz. And then he did Raw, and Raw was like boom. And at one point in time, Rakim was considered like the king of New York. You know what I'm saying? He was working. Now, there was one song they had in rotation that Kane had. The song he had with Teddy Riley, I Get the Job Done. I Work. That was in rotation. It worked. You know what I'm saying? Ain't No Half Stepping. You had to hear it on on the weekends. But that song with Teddy Riley worked. I Work. It was a good time. It was showing the progression of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And where hip hop's at. I think that. So M.c Shan's a hip hop pioneer. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? It was just music, man. Nowadays these rap battles, dudes is getting killed over it, getting bodied. But back then it was just music. It was just entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Cause when a wolf cry wolf, you still see that wolf teeth, motherfucker. Cause when a wolf cry wolf, you still see that.
Now, I know a lot about this hip hop stuff because I was actually outside. And I was really outside. And since, at a young age, back then I used to write graffiti. So what coincided with graffiti was listening to hip hop music. There was a lot. Dudes was just trying to find their way out the ghetto. Like nobody really seen hip hop to be where it's at now. Like a lot of people don't even know when First Priority, when that came out with Milk and Giz, they really created something great. You know what I'm saying? Top Billin', MC Light, what's his name? Special K. Special K had a hit. Not Special K. What's his name? Y'all know his name. Something K. Positive K. He had a hit. My bad, Special K. You had a hit too, but Positive K, I believe, right? He had a hit that went commercial. That became a commercial success. A lot of people don't know that Gizmo, Milk D brother, had got a production deal with Virgin Records, but he got into, I think, a car accident, or something happened with him, and he wasn't able to make things happen at that point in time. But MC Light became a star. See, a lot of people don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? Teddy Riley, got to thank him for the hip hop culture. While he was doing what he was doing with Uptown Records, he had a production deal with Jive Records. And, he did a lot of production on High Five Voice projects and numerous other artists he did production for. That's his name that he has a lot of credit for in hip hop. Other than Kumo D at Jive. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing with hip hop is that the new hip hop don't really recognize the old hip hop. And I think if people have like these classes and lessons of how at that point in time there was so much temptation to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? It was the height of the crack era. And a lot of dudes gave up selling crack to go, listen, I'm gonna give this hip hop thing a chance. And it worked. I mean, you had other great groups that nobody heard about, like Divine Sound. They had the Brooklyn Anthem. You know what I'm saying? The guys who made Inspector Gadget, the Fat Boys. I believe that they're all out of Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? They had success. They was in a movie. I think a couple of movies. You know what I'm saying? The Fat Boys. That show New York Undercover was based off of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Andre Harrell and Dick Wolf. Not Dick, what's his name? Is something Wolf. The guy who makes Law and Order. That's the guy who the guy who made Law and Order first made Hill Street Blues. Not first, but he did Hill Street Blues, New York Undercover, and then the whole Law and Order catalog, plus others. Andre Harrell had the idea. He was a part of he was a part of that whole scenario. Andre Harrell comes from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So some of y'all might know Andre Harrell for the guy who put Puffy in position, but Andre Harrell was rapping already. I mean, when we watched the movie called Crush Groove, we was really inspired. When we watched Crush Groove, that movie was inspiring. It showed the trenches of hip hop. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to everybody that's here in the morning, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to M.c Shan, man. DJ Red Alert. You know what I'm saying? From Flex. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah. Don't say your fly mic was popping. Yeah, was Popino. Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of groups, they don't talk about these. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys that help hip hop go over the top. You know what I'm saying? it was a different time, man. It was a different time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things came from hip hop already. Remember the movie Strap? That was a hip hop based, movie about what was going on in the streets at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? Even Do the Right Thing for Spike Lee. That was basically what was going on at that time in the streets of in the streets of New York City. So when we speak about the hip hop culture, it's bigger than what these magazines put out there. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely bigger. Look, M.c Shan's getting a check to this day. What's Daddy Yankee did a remix of that same song with MC Snow. It went viral. So now M.c Shan got another big check because he was a part of that song that Daddy Yankee and MC Snow remixed. So you know what I'm saying? People careers don't die. There's some people just they go up to the bigger and better things. You know what I'm saying? Believe me, as Shan got older, he learned how to sign better contracts. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Everybody could Jay jerk him in the beginning, but once you catch on, even in the drug game, you get Jay jerk him in the beginning. Then when you learn the process, you learn not how to get jerked. You know what I'm saying? That's really that's basically really how that like how that goes. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, evolve. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. WHBI was our first hip hop station on the weekends. The college station. WHBI. That's dope, right? And if I'm right, is WHBI, is that Columbia University? You know what I'm saying? Because if that is Columbia University, that means that Columbia University has something to do with hip hop in Harlem. Shout out to Columbia if they was involved. I have to Google that to probably figure that out. But if WHBI was a part of that whole situation, that's dope. I know Stretch Armstrong and Bobito, they did a lot for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't on a major station at first. They was on, I believe, WHBI. You know what I'm saying? We had Teddy Ted and the other guy, the guys that produced Nice and Smooth. They had a radio show somewhere. That they broke a lot of good records. So they kept hip hop alive, man. Then you had the commercial stations like BLS and Kiss. And did a lot, man. Like Red Alert did a lot for hip hop. Like Marley Marl did a lot for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Word. You know what I'm saying? Like the Zulu Nation movement did a lot for hip hop. Rocksteady Crew did a lot for hip hop. All grab crews did a lot for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the average person that was to come to the hood. They first look at hip hop was the trains. So definitely shout out to the IBM crew, my neighbor, my hood where I'm from, my side, the other side, IBM crew, Rocksteady crew, the HBR crew, Dez TFA crew, Vulcan TFA, the High Post crew, By 3, Hall, High Post, Shop, rest in peace, Shop, TWB, J1, XTC, Ghost, XTC, Joey TDS, Scene, Shaker 179, KBUW, the whole TAT crew, Nicer, Bio, Brim, T-Kid, Lace, definitely shout out, what's his name, Don D from Brooklyn crew, the UF crew, Gumby, you know what I'm saying? I know all the Brooklyn writers, you know what I'm saying? But definitely all the J-Lo. I seen him one time, that J-Lo guy, but why? And I seen him one time, you know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? Definitely, these guys are killing them trains, you know what I'm saying? The 357 crew, RD, they was more or less in my hood, the 357 crew. The RTW crew, Zephyr and all of them. What's the name of that crew that had that clothing line, man? Post No Bills. But it was a crew that actually had that. You know what I'm saying? They was from the West Side, but my man 1001 was a part of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my man 1001 was a part of them. I'm gonna find out right now. I'm gonna tell you what the name of that crew was. You know what I'm saying? Oh, WKCR. Okay. It's Columbia, yeah, because I'm like WHBI or WKCR. Yeah, that's the one. You know what I'm saying? WKCR, that's the one that got like PF cutting on they on that now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I wasn't too sure, but that's why I had to ask the people. Oh yeah, she like a prostitute, man. I'm on Slick Rick. Woo, this is crack over there. You got me the time, dogs. Slick Rick was fresh off of Lottie Dottie. You know what I'm saying? He killed Lottie Dottie. He got a record deal. He made Children's Story. That 90%. This is Mona Lisa's a classic. Hey Young World is a classic. These is classic records Slick Rick made, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Slick Rick, man. Slick Rick would have had a longer career if his cousin didn't try to grease him and he wound up shooting him at the castle, outside the castle somewhere. There's a famous club called the Castle in the Bronx. And that's where I think Lord Finesse shot his video. One of his videos there. The first time I seen Fat Joe was in that video. You know what I'm saying? With Lord Finesse. And yeah, Slick Rick, man. You know, him and Dougie was doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, these white boys, man. All of them was white boys. Zephyr and what's son name? Zephyr. J1, JA1, white. Ghost is white. That's to tell you, hip hop graffiti wasn't just a black Latino thing. The M.c crew, capping all them by Mars Park. Those are, you know what I'm saying? Hold on a second, party people.
Cause when a wolf cry wolf, you still see that wolf teeth, motherfucker. Cause when a wolf cry wolf, you still see that wolf teeth, motherfucker. Cause when a wolf cry wolf, you still see that wolf teeth, motherfucker. Cause when a wolf cry wolf, you still see that wolf teeth, motherfucker. Cause when a wolf cry wolf, you still see that wolf teeth.
I think the crew's called FC that had that Post No Bills, but don't quote me on that. But I think the name of the crew was FC. But my man's right with my man Jova, you know, Jova, Ava, Doc, they was getting busy, you know. My man Kilo was getting crazy. Spoke was getting crazy, they get crazy, PT 131. My man used to write with Clark ID, you know what I'm saying? Clark ID was going crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you, like the graffiti portion of hip hop was definitely diverse, you know what I'm saying? We even had females that like Ladybug, Lady Zone. We had girls that was writing, you know what I'm saying? We had famous female writers, you know what I'm saying? So with the graffiti portion of hip hop, it's always been diverse. It was never just a black and Puerto Rican thing. Even the breakdancing, it was never like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hip hop was, you know what I'm saying? And that was the first stage of hip hop. People would tell you that never been to the hood. They first look at hip hop, the people that live like in the back of Queens and other spots, was graffiti. I mean, yeah, and I gotta give up to the BYI crew. Chino BYI, I gotta salute him, bro. He was getting crazy. They was rocking that 7 line. You know what I'm saying? Chino BYI. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys are legal writers now. You know what I'm saying? They get paid for their talents. You know what I'm saying? They definitely they definitely get a check for their talents nowadays. You know what I'm saying? People fly them out to other countries just to do a burner. People are buying. You know what I'm saying? And I salute K Slay, aka Dez TFA, for getting back into his graffiti thing. Because a lot of years he was just doing his hip hop and his music. And now if you go to, he has an IG page called Dez TFA. You see all his artwork, man. That man's him and Duster getting crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? Him and Duster they put in a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? It's his hip hop I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because K Slay always been a Debo. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Don't give it enough props. Exactly. What you just said right there, Fly Mike? Long Island. I might have to song. I remember when they had EPMD. EPMD first 3 albums went gold. What came from EPMD was Redman, Das Effects, Keith Murray. That's just to name a few. We talking about at one point, they all was banging at one point in time. Oh yeah, we can't forget Diamond D though, but you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Diamond D, man. Great producer out the Bronx, Diamond D digging in the crates crew. But we in Long Island right now, you know what I'm saying? I believe Prince Paul is from Long Island. De La Soul was from Long Island. Rakim is from Long Island. Rakim is not from Brooklyn. Eric B's from Brooklyn. Rakim is from Long Island. And he's always said that in his songs. When he's from Wyandanch, wherever he's from, he always said that. Keith Murray's from Long Island. Yes. They definitely played a major part of hip hop, Long Island hip hop artists. Shout out to Reek the Villain, you know what I'm saying? Word, they definitely played a major part in this hip hop culture, you know what I'm saying? That's a fact, man. Exactly, you know what I'm saying? They played a man, and it's weird part because they was doing a lot. I think M.c Shan was doing a lot of production on those EPMD records. Shout out to Sleeping Bag Records, because when Sleeping Bag Records closed, shut down, that's when they went to Def Jam. Like Nation Smooth, when Sleeping Bag Records shut down, they went to Def Jam. And to my knowledge, Sleeping Bag Records was by Lincoln Center. What's some projects? Amsterdam Projects, LaGuardia High School, across the street was King. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying?